Hey, listen up! The rumors are true. There's a proven 7 formula that greatly increases your chances of making $10,000 a month. It's the fastest way to go from zero to a full-time income. These steps remove any guesswork and prevent you from making common mistakes that lead to failure. By following these steps, you're practically guaranteed to make money. Allow me to explain why as I walk you through each step. Now, here's a little secret. 95% of people who try to start a side hustle or an online business fail before they even begin. Want to know why? They look at successful entrepreneurs like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and assume that the most profitable businesses are the ones they've built, like apps, software, or online stores. But here's the flaw in that thinking. There's a major difference between you and them. They have ample funds, extensive business knowledge, and access to the best talent worldwide. Unfortunately, you likely have none of those advantages. So, choosing the same business models as them would be a grave mistake. It's like trying to run an ultra-marathon when you can't even complete a single lap around a track. These models might be profitable on a global scale, but in their early stages, they're barely profitable if at all. By choosing those models, you'd be setting yourself up for failure from day one. This is why most aspiring entrepreneurs give up within a few months, often accumulating significant debt in the process. They berate themselves for ever thinking they could be successful. But the truth is, they started off on the wrong foot. If you want to avoid being part of that 95% failure rate, here's what you need to do. Choose a business model that plays to your strengths rather than highlighting your weaknesses. Building rockets or pursuing app development, e-commerce, or software development, these are all risky and complex ventures, particularly for beginners. They demand significant investment, top talent, and more resources than you might anticipate. So, the number one priority when starting a business is to steer clear of these wrong business models for beginners. But how do you know which ones to avoid? That's where my chart comes in. It will help you pick the perfect business model for you. The chart considers 3 parameters: initial investment, risk, and skill level. If the business requires you to burn through your savings or go into debt, it's too risky. Instead, opt for calculated risks, investments of a few $1,000s that won't break the bank. Don't fall into the trap of believing you need to invest vast sums or rely on loans from family members. In conclusion, if you want to be part of the 5% who succeed, choose a business model that aligns with your skills, considers the level of risk you're comfortable with, and doesn't drain your savings. Stay away from complex ventures that demand vast resources and talent. By following these guidelines, you'll greatly increase your chances of hitting the $10,000 a month milestone. So, let's get started. Your journey to success begins today. Offense and defense play crucial. Therefore, it is to choose a business model that minimizes potential losses. Instead, committing substantial amounts of money and lifelong debts, opt for a business model matches your current career stage. It is crucial to acknowledge that business model you choose at stage will differ from the one to achieve multi-million-dollar or sell your company for amount. However, let's focus on the immediate goal of reaching a monthly of $10,000, as this milestone has been most impactful in my own experience. Many people underestimate the financial demands of starting certain businesses, particularly those that are considered more challenging. For instance, with drop shipping stores, it often takes testing 20 to 30 different products before finding a successful one. This process alone will cost no less than $1,000. Drawing from my experience running a successful agency for 6 years, which included managing high-revenue drop shipping stores, achieving $40 to $50 million in annual revenue sounds impressive. However, when you consider that we were testing 5 to 10 new products every day, and the profit margin was a mere 5%, the reality becomes evident. Moreover, we had a significant number of employees and a complex operation. Similarly, app or software development demands a substantial investment. Having multiple software companies and apps myself, I can attest that I invested over $1 million of my own money before generating any profits. For the initial stages of your business, it is critical to avoid scenarios where your bank balance keeps decreasing without any indication of recouping your investment. Unfortunately, businesses that revolve around product development tend to consume both time and money. This leads us to the second parameter, product development. To circumvent the challenges associated with product development, I recommend starting with a service-based business. Selling services eliminates the need for product development costs as you become the product. By offering your time, effort, or knowledge, you can bypass the entire product development stage. Even if you believe you lack the necessary knowledge, don't fret. In Step 7, I will explain how contractor arbitrage allows you to obtain services from others without spending any of your own money. One advantage of selling services instead of products is the simplicity it brings. While those developing apps or starting e-commerce stores face numerous challenges such as product development, logistics, suppliers, marketing, customer service, and payment processes, service-based entrepreneurs can focus solely on delivering their service. Additionally, service-based businesses can copy and implement systems across multiple clients, making the process easier. Ultimately, profit and establishing a cash flow business are the key objectives. This brings us to the third parameter, quantity. Selling products requires selling hundreds or even thousands. To achieve a monthly income of $10,000, which demands considerable skills and often a substantial marketing budget. On the other hand, selling services can yield four-figure monthly incomes, which means you only need a handful of clients to reach the $10,000 mark. Selling services minimizes the number of units required to sell, making it easier to achieve your income goals. Furthermore, service-based businesses have the advantage of acquiring clients organically without spending any money on marketing. I will now demonstrate the exact process of achieving this in Step 4. But before we proceed, the next question that arises is which service should we offer? The range of services is vast and can include anything such as repairing pipes, providing haircuts, developing web applications, running advertisements, and personal training. However, it is important to note that not all services are viable options. While some services may be subpar, others have the potential to significantly impact your life. This brings us to the second step of this video, which is selecting a profitable service. To help you easily determine what qualifies as a profitable service, I have created a chart with 5 parameters. By meeting these parameters, you can offer a highly lucrative service. As previously mentioned, it all begins with pricing. It is essential to offer a service that allows you to command high-ticket prices. I recommend never going below $1,000 a month, but ideally, you should aim for something that can be charged upwards of $2,500 a month. With just 4 clients, you can easily reach a monthly income of $10,000. You may be wondering which service can justify a monthly fee of $2,500. To answer this question, I will introduce a concept that I only teach in my flagship program, Agency Navigator, known as Offer Type. When it comes to charging high prices, it is not solely about the service itself, but rather how it is presented. Allow me to explain further. For example, let's consider a service that involves writing. One option is writing blog posts for businesses, which typically allows for a charge of $50 to $100 per post. However, blogs often do not generate significant sales for businesses, making it challenging to command higher prices. In this case, you are essentially selling convenience by saving businesses time spent on writing the posts themselves. However, convenience alone does not warrant high fees. On the other hand, you could offer the same writing services but focus on creating ads or emails for businesses that sell online. Ads and emails are their primary revenue sources, and a well-written ad or email can potentially double their sales overnight. In this scenario, you are offering a return on investment ROI rather than just convenience. When there is a clear and measurable return from your service, it becomes much easier to charge higher prices. Instead of struggling to sell blog posts for $50 each, you can reframe your offer and sell email marketing or ad creation services for $2,000 per piece. In the end, you are still providing the same service, but the positioning and framing have changed. You have transitioned from a convenience offer to an ROI offer. Allow me to clarify that ROI does not always have to be monetary. For instance, if you are a designer, selling logos may not yield measurable returns. However, selling thumbnail designs for YouTubers, which can significantly impact their views and channel revenue, presents a clear return. Despite both services falling under graphic design, one is considered a commodity while the other is high impact. Even in my position, I employ 3 full-time thumbnail editors who are paid over $3,000 a month solely for editing thumbnails. This is because I understand that a good thumbnail can double the views on my channel, resulting in increased revenue through sponsors and product sales. Although the ROI may not be financial, there is a clear return for this activity, allowing for higher prices. Additionally, this type of service stands out as something unique, as very few others offer it. It is, quite literally, a blue ocean. Another crucial aspect to consider is the work regimen, specifically remote work versus in-person work. In-person work includes services like plumbing, personal training, sports coaching, computer and phone repairing, etc. While it is possible to charge high prices for some of these services, scaling becomes challenging due to geographical limitations and the need for personal involvement. It severely restricts your target market and hampers location freedom. On the other hand, working online enables you to sell to people worldwide, vastly expanding your target market to millions of businesses. It is much easier to acquire clients and scale when working remotely, in addition to providing location freedom from the start. Lastly, we have recurrence, which entails offering a service where you're not just selling and getting paid once, but instead receiving recurring payments. Rather than relying on one-time sales, aim for a service where clients pay you every month. The majority of businesses operate on a monthly sales cycle, starting from zero each month regardless of the previous month's sales. However, with a recurring service, businesses can earn consistent income without relying on new sales every month. For example, if a service generates $10,000 in sales one month, the business will earn $10,000 again the next month, even with zero new sales. Furthermore, if they continue to generate $10,000 in sales each subsequent month, their earnings will continue to increase, building upon previous month's sales. This allows businesses to reach a monthly revenue goal of $10,000 within 3 to 6 months by consistently making just 1 to 2 sales each month. By following a step-by-step outreach method, one can achieve these sales goals through sending enough targeted messages, eliminating the need for luck or external factors. When selecting a service, it is ideal to choose one with a price point of over $1,000 up to $2,500 per month. That offers recurrency, is remote, and has a return on investment ROI offer. There are various services such as email marketing, thumbnail design, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Google ads, conversion rate optimization, content creation, and influencer marketing that businesses can implement to consistently generate over $10,000 per month. These services help businesses acquire more customers directly or indirectly. It is important to note that not every business can afford to pay $2,500 per month, so it is crucial to strategically choose niches that have high revenue and profit margins. It is recommended to avoid working with startups and one-person businesses, as they usually have low revenue and profit margins. In summary, selecting the right niche and service is essential for success in earning consistent income in the service industry. Basically, what I mean is the average price that a customer pays a business per transaction. Ideally, it is best to work with businesses that have a product ticket higher than $1,000. This is because with only a few sales, they are already profitable on your service. For example, let's say you help law firms get more clients by charging them $2,000 a month. If their average client is worth $1,000 to them, bringing them 5 clients a month would already give them a 2x return on their investment. On the other hand, if you were working with a chewing gum company with a product ticket of $5, you would need to bring them anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 customers per month to achieve the same return on investment. This would be an extremely hard job to do and would not work out well for you. Some examples of good niches to work with are law firms, pool installation, home renovation, pest control, and solar energy. It is also beneficial to think outside the box and consider non-obvious or quirky niches with unique products or services. Additionally, companies with lots of funding or assets such as big email lists, a large social media audience, or a lot of organic traffic can make your job easier and pay well. To find these clients and get them to pay you $1,000 to $10,000 a month for your service, you can use cold outreach. The basic process involves compiling a list of potential clients, reaching out to them, setting up a Zoom call, and signing them as a client. While this approach is not scalable for signing hundreds or thousands of clients, it only requires a select handful to make a full-time income. Many people fail in their cold outreach efforts because they focus on the script or message rather than building a high-quality list of potential clients. It is important to figure out where your ideal customers are and go there to talk to them. For example, if you are targeting e-commerce brands, you can use platforms like Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook groups to find brand owners and connect with them. When reaching out, use a bulletproof template or framework that includes saying hi, giving context, and expressing a common value. Pivoting to an opportunity point, taking the pressure off the potential client, showing how you can help them, and inviting them to a meeting. This template can be tweaked to match your style and speaking preferences. The goal is to consistently book meetings by providing value and addressing common interests or needs. The obvious question that arises is, why is this person reaching out to me? Keep in mind the nature of their profession, whether they are an author or a successful YouTuber. For example, if they are a YouTuber, you can mention that you notice they only have one TikTok account and suggest creating multiple accounts to spread their message further. Whatever service they offer, find a reason for contacting them, such as them not utilizing a certain strategy effectively or not maximizing their potential to make money. However, when pointing out a fault in their business, be careful to acknowledge that it is not their fault personally, as people take such criticisms very personally. Soften the blow by expressing that you can help enhance their business. Moving on to step 4, it is important to take the pressure off them. Instead of sounding argumentative, acknowledge that they may not be currently working on a certain aspect or haven't had the time for it yet. Step 5 involves showing them how you can assist by actually helping them. Provide examples, such as analyzing successful ads from other brands in their niche, and creating a video that breaks down these ads for them. Next, invite them to a meeting to discuss further. Mention that you have a few angles in mind that they can quickly test. Arrange a call to guide them through the process. When delivering this script, send each part as a separate Instagram message to make it seem more organic and less formal. This will prevent their guard from going up too quickly. To achieve a monthly income of $10,000 with this process, start by compiling a list of 60 potential clients, which should take around 2 hours. On average, spend 2 minutes per profile. Then, spend around 4.5 hours messaging these prospects, averaging to 3 minutes per message sent. This totals to 5 minutes for every contacted person. Calculate how many messages are needed to receive a response. Assuming a response rate of 1 reply for every 6 messages sent, it takes 30 minutes to get a reply. To secure a meeting, let's say you need 8 replies, which will require a total of 4 hours. To secure 1 client, you may need 5 meetings. This means that to get a client, you need to invest 20 hours. Considering that this may be your first time, let's double the time invested to 40 hours. After signing your first client, dedicate 4 hours a day to outreach and 3 hours a day to service delivery, reducing it to 2 hours per week if needed. After 5 working days, sign your second client and continue for another week to sign your third client. Consistently follow this process for a month and you'll have 4 clients, paying you anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 per month, adjusting your rates based on experience and confidence. The average retainer is now $2,000 per month. Working for 60 days and signing a new client every 12 days at $2,000, you'll reach $10,000 a month. To get paid, create a Stripe account and connect it to an invoicing software like Simple Invoices or Agency Flow. Pitch your services to potential clients during a Zoom meeting and keep your pricing simple, starting at $1,000 per month. Send an online invoice once a client agrees to work with you, and they'll pay it. In terms of service delivery, hire experienced contractors on a per-client basis. You won't have any risks because you only pay them once the client has paid you. It's cheaper to hire contractors from countries like South Africa, New Zealand, Peru, Colombia, Brazil, Pakistan, Indonesia, and the Philippines than to hire inexperienced graduates from the US. Pay your contractors between $250 and $1,000 per month per client, while charging clients between $1,000 and $10,000 per month. When I first started working with my contractor in early 2018, he charged me $600 per month per client. I was able to sell these services for $3,500 to $1,000 a month. When I signed a client for $10,000 a month, I decided to bring my contractor on full-time. His name was Danny, and he worked for me for several years as my CMO at the agency. Let me give you an example from one of our students, Jamie. Jamie signed a deal for $7,000 that he outsourced for $1,200 while enjoying life on a paradise island. The profit margins will depend on your retainers and the amount of work each client requires. I always recommend keeping profit margins above 60% to ensure a profitable agency. It's important to be transparent with contractors about how much you charge clients. This helps build trust and maintain good working relationships. To find contractors, you can look on platforms like LinkedIn, Upwork, or Facebook groups. Facebook groups related to your industry or service are a great place to find potential contractors. Closed communities for software that teach the services you offer are particularly good for finding high-quality contractors. I want to emphasize the impact this business model can have on contractors' lives. By paying them in a currency with higher value than their own country, you are making a significant difference in their income. Finding contractors is just one part of the equation. It's important to have a clear map and a safety net to achieve financial freedom. Now is the perfect time to start your online agency business. There is a high demand for these services, and businesses have already allocated budgets for them. Don't let procrastination hold you back from claiming your share of the market. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I know you've got this. Let's make this year the biggest year yet.